Hello everybody, welcome to Math 1324 calculator tutorial number 4. This time we talk about the finance apps. So the apps that is on the calculator. We will not go over too much of the details, just strictly the calculation. Right, and we'll have the sample on the labs. Right, I'll take a look at that. So on the calculator, to go to the apps, we hit the apps key. Sorry, and the first one is the finance, and that's the one we need. And we just hit enter TVM solver, and we have this screen. The details will be on that side. N is the number of payments, the interest a year, the present values amount of a payment, the future values. This will be the same, the number of period a year or the number of payments a year. And in our calculation we always keep the payment at the end of the year, so it will be like that. So take a look at number 53. So this is ordinary annuity. So that's what is the future values. So we do not know what is the future values. So the future values don't know. The end of 3 years, so that's going to be 3 years. Just keep that in mind. If 200 is deposited each quarter, so quarter meaning 4 times a year. So meaning that number of payment will be 3 years, 4 times a year, so that will be equal to 12. So 12 times a year, 12 times for 3 years, 4 times a year. 6%, that's going to be, just put 6 here. And the present values we do not know, but the payment we make is 200 a year. So we're going to put 200. And we might change a little bit. Right, we make 4 times a payment, I'll make 4 times a year. Right, we'll go back to this in a minute. Right, so pretty much that. So now on the calculator we have 3 times 4. Sorry, click on this one. 3 times 4, and interest rate 6%. Present values don't know. The payment 200. And the future values don't know. Just leave it blank for now. 4 times a year. You only need to change one. Those two always the same. Right. Now, if we're going to solve for it, so we're going to go to the future values, and we hit alpha and enter. Maybe I put this here. So we highlight the future values, and then we hit alpha and enter. Give us that 2608. Notice that it is negative. So in fact, if it doesn't matter, we can change to positive. But if we want to make this perfectly, we're going to throw in the negative 200 here, because we're going to make $200 is out of the pocket. We lose $200 each payment, and at the end we're going to gain. So after we just hit the alpha and then enter, we're going to get $2,608.24. So will be like that. Most of the finance problem, we're just going to do that. I'm going to give you this list and you just need to fill out and then solve for what is missing. Right. So that is 53. 54. 3,000 to be saved over 20 years. So we're going to have 25 years times some payments a year. But 300 to be saved, that means this is for the future. We don't need it now, but that will be in 25 years. Deposit monthly, meaning 12 times a year, and it's going to be 12 times a year. If the investment earn 8% interest compound monthly, which is good. We do not have anything now, so be 0. The payment, the question is how much should be deposited monthly. So this is the question. So pretty much we asked to find the payment. In the future we're going to have 300,000. So pretty much that. So we enter everything here, and then where we hit alpha and solve for the payment, we're going to have the payment. Right, just do that. 25 years times 12 times a year, we're going to have 300 payments. The interest rate of 8%. The payment amount, don't know. I mean present values, nothing. Payment, don't know, so we just put 0 there for a moment. 300,000, and then 12 times a year. So pretty much that. And then we just need to go to the payment. We highlight the payment and we hit alpha and enter to solve for it. Alpha, enter. The payment is 315. And 149. We see that it is negative because we have to make the payment, so we are going to lose 315 and 49 cents. Let me check the answer on the back. $54. Right, around that. I mean 5. Right, so pretty much that. Notice on this screen we either have present values or future values. We will not have both. Right, next. 55. You can afford a monthly deposit of 200, so going to be monthly, so going to be 12 times a year here. 200, we make the payment minus 200 until we have $15,000. so that $15,000 we don't have it now, but we're going to have that in the future. The question asks us how many months or how many payments, so we don't know that. Interest rate 8% compounded monthly. Present values right now is 0. So we just need to solve for n. Don't know to leave 0. Still 8% is good. Present values right now don't have anything. Payment minus 200 a month. Future values of 15,000. And yes, we still have 12 and 12. compounded 12 times a month, 12 times a year. So that's good. But this time we solve for the number of payments or the number of months. So alpha and Anna, we have 61 payments. And just round to the next integer, so will be 62 months. Let me check real quick. Yeah, so pretty much we just fill out that. Very important. The only thing that important here is the future values, present values. Future values or the present values, one of them has to be 0, and either we have the payment or the future values, or the payment and the future values. Yeah, so we cannot have both future and present values. Let's go to 56. Deposit 180 each month. So since we deposit each month, it's going to be 12 times a year, and each month the payment we will lose 130. So minus 130 each month, and that pays 5.5% interest monthly. How much interest you have earned after 8 years? So we know it's going to be 8 years, and it is monthly. So this one we have to do more than just. So after 8 years, meaning the future values is we don't know that. The present values is going to be 0. So let's find the future values first. So 8 times 12. Interest 5.5. Present values nothing. Payment 130. And future values don't know, but we're going to solve it. So we're going to hit alpha and enter. Now we have the future values of $15,632.54. Now that is the future values. So we're going to make that much in 8 years. But the total we have is, but we make 130, so it's minus $130 for 8 years, 12 times a year. So we take that minus this amount, we will have the interest. So 15,000. So just second mode to go back to home screen. Second mode. 15,360 632.54 minus 130 times 8 times 12. So the interest will be $3,152.54. So the future values will include some of the interest, and we subtract our pocket amount. We have the interest will be that. Yeah, so that's 56. Now similarly here. So now this is a little bit different. Right, let's take a look at this. In order to purchase a home, our family borrowed 70,000 at 12%. That's awfully high. What is the monthly payment? So what is the monthly payment? So we don't know that for now. For 15 years, and the monthly payment interest rate is 12%. So 12 times a year also. Right, now future values and present values, one of them has to be 0. This time we borrow $30,000, so meaning we're going to get $70,000 right now. But if, like I said, one of this has to be 0, so future values is that much, present values is something else, so future values has to be 0. Now we just need to find the amount of a payment, so alpha, enter, and that's pretty much it. Once again, hit apps, finance, TVM solver. Alright, 15 times 12, 180, 12 times, 12%, present values 70,000. That's what we get at the moment. Payment, don't know. Future values 0 because don't need that. So it's still 12, so it's good. So we just go back to the payment, alpha, and enter. We have A40 and 12. Notice that we have the negative because we have to make the payment. That's the amount that's out the pocket. But if we just ask for the amount, just take the positive values, so be enough. Right, and then go to 58 and then 60. That will be it on this apps. Alright, how much money must you deposit now? That definitely screams the present values. 6% interest, compound quarterly for 5 years. 5 years, compound quarterly. In order to be able to withdraw, so we're going to have $6,000 at the end of each quarter. So the payment we're going to get $6,000 each payment. So we have to put a very big amount of money into it, and then we will withdraw $6,000 every 3 months for each quarter. Right. Since we're looking for this, the future values has to be 0. Like I said, one of this present values or the future values has to be 0. So pretty much we just look for the present value. So just alpha and enter. Right. So 5 times 4, 5 years, 4 times a year, interest rate 6. Right now, don't know what we need to have. The payment, we're going to get 6,000. Future values, nothing, and 4 times a year. Right. And now we go back and solve for the future, the present values. Present values, alpha and enter. So we have $103,000, $103,000, $11 and 83 cents. That is, of course, is the minus. That's what we have to put in the bank right now, so we can get $6,000 at the end of each quarter. But if we just want the values, we can throw away the negative sign. Right, that is, yeah, that's correct. So pretty much that. So we just need to identify what is missing from that screen for the finance app. Right. I'll just fill out this problem and then you do the math. You want to check out the loan to buy a new car, for which we need to finance 24,614. So that's what we need to have right now, or that's what we borrow. right now. We loan 5% monthly, so 12 times a year. And the question, how many years? So don't know the number of payments. We do know the payment amount of 239. The future values, because the present values is something else, it's going to be 0, right? We just need to solve for n. Yeah, let's do that too. So 0 number of payments, 5 a year. I mean 5 interest rate is 5%. Present value is 24,614. Payment we can make 239, so let's make this to be negative, because that we're not receiving the payment like number 58. We're making the payment of negative 239. The present future value 0, and will be 12 times a year. So let's check. 5. Right, and then we solve for n. I have 134.8, and so 134 months. Well, that's awfully a long time. And we divide by 12. That gives us 11.2 years. That right. Finally, we're going to this. This for the unpaid balance, a little bit different. We're going to do pretty much this, but do that twice. So first, we have to note you have agreed to pay off 3,000 loan in 30-month payments, 298 per month. The interest loan is 9%. What is the unpaid balance after 12 months? 12 payments have been made. So, actually this is a little bit different. The unpaid balance meaning that we have 30 payments minus we already make 12, meaning there will be 18 more payments to be made. So that's what we're going to have. So unpaid balance, we're going to put in for n is the number of payments remaining. Or the number of payments to be made. The interest rate 9%. The future value, I mean present values, we don't know. That's what we're going to find. That's what we need, is the present values. This is going to be the unpaid balance. Pretty much we just find out what we have at the moment, that we need to make 18 more payments. So after 12 payments we need to make 18 more payments, and at that time the balance is equal to whatever that is. It's going to be the unpaid balance. And the payment amount of 298.79. Since we don't know that, we have to make this equal to 0, because one of the present values and the future values has to be 0, and 12 payments here. Right, so go back to the apps, finance, TVM solver, Alright, 18 payments to be made, 9%. Present values don't know. Payment amount 298, 179. Future values nothing, and 12. We just need to go back and solve for the present values. Again, we should make the 298 to negative, because that is the payment that we made, so out of our pocket. And then the present values alpha, and we have 5,000. Right, which means after 12 payments have been made, 18 more to go, we have 5,000 and $13.45 left to be paid. So 12 payments have been made, 18 more to go. At that instant, the balance is going to be that much. Yeah. So that pretty much cover all the finance problem that we used that apps on the calculator. As mentioned before, it did not go over much of the theory, it's just strictly calculation. You will see some of this on the final exam. Thanks for watching.